Do something, cat.
Back said it's launching again soon. See, nobody cares. Yeah, I remember reading something about this yesterday. My eyes glazed over. I don't really remember what I read. Anyway, right into the news. Should you buy right now? Or should you wait? There are plenty of positive indicators for making an assumption that it is a time to buy right now. Bitcoin currently trading over the 200 EMA, which is considered very positive. Now, Alessio Rastani, I'll leave a video description there, made a really interesting point that if you remove the weekend trading data, that actually Bitcoin is hugging that line, not above it. Now, I'm hesitant to use those metrics myself because I'd rather use the tools that everybody else is using. I'm of the opinion that if no one's using it, then theoretically it shouldn't really have any value. But let me know if you think I should. And I've talked quite a bit recently about all of the positive indicators Bitcoin has right now, but let's assume for a moment that we are going to dip from this point on. This is the opinion of the Weiss ratings. Take that for what you will. They suggest Bitcoin will drop to $4,000. Assuming that is the case from current valuation, this would be around a 22% drop in price for Bitcoin. Now, if you've been in crypto for a while, you get accustomed to things like that happening quite often. Not necessarily that bad, but what if it's even lower than that? If we look at the past year and a half for Bitcoin, checking out the last times the relative strength index was as overbought as it is right now doesn't paint a good picture. Now, the context is completely different, so this can actually mean nothing, but let's just waste our times. So going back to December 2017 when the RSI was this high, Bitcoin fell 70%. Then you go forward to this time last year, dropped by 40%. And it happened a couple more times where every time the RSI got quite high, there was a correction after that. But it was a bear market for the whole duration anyway. But right now, if we were to fall, that would be around a 40% drop. That would take us to around a $3,000 Bitcoin. So opinions are going to differ. Some people are going to show you indicators that are really positive. Some people are going to show you indicators that are really negative. Honestly, the best advice anyone can give you, that I can give you, which is non-accredited, by the way, is dollar cost averaging. So you sort of minimize your risk. The going all in on the market only works if you can really predict the future, you know someone who can manipulate the markets, or you just get really lucky. Like myself. Hey. Or you can just recognize that the USD valuations mean absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things because we will be buying everything in and using Bitcoin in the not too distant future. Looking at the markets broadly then, somewhat stable today. Bitcoin dominance is actually climbing a little bit, over 52% right now. Interesting that it hasn't actually fallen yet. I imagine the longer that we stay stable at these prices, the more likely it is for another bout of alt season to continue. But I can understand the reticence of some people trading to not go back into alts right now. There were a couple projects that just didn't keep up the pace with Bitcoin when it went on its rally. Ethereum, for example, at one point doing really, really badly on the Satoshi ratio. Speaking of, Ethereum recently had a conference where the future of the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap was discussed. Here is some of that footage.
Not just to pre-compile a change of opcodes. We're here to sustain and scale all the full nodes.
Proof of stake is hard, but what I do know is when we learn a shard, we'll change the whole game, though.
E2.0, yo! E2.0, yo! E2.0, yo! E2.0, yo!
Why are they dancing like this? Why? Just generally, why? This made me real nervous about my Ethereum holds. Why wasn't this, at the very least, pre-recorded and mastered to not sound so cringe? Still, that may have somehow been the goal. It's not like Vitalik hasn't done something like this in the past.
Look at Vitalik dance. To me, it's almost like romance.
Is cringe marketing an effective tool? Should I try it? I do it in every video. Hey! Maybe Craig is a marketer too, assuming negative publicity is still worthwhile publicity. I don't know, but clearly they're playing a very different game here. By this report, Craig is apparently suing Vitalik. The barrage of lawsuits began with Hodlonaut, a Twitter user who seemed to have started the hashtag Craig Wright is a fraud. Wright continued to serve more legal notices to several others like Peter McCormack and Ethereum's Vitalik Buterin. Which would seem now that CZ should make good on his threat, because realistically, what more can one man do to annoy everyone? But I wasn't actually able to verify this statement at the moment. Link us down below if it is true. But crypto journalism is quite a bit dodgy, quite distrustful of it. Still, SV has been on quite the slide today, pretty much, but also the past week, been doing pretty badly. Honestly, I've seen so many times how news has no effect on a coin price, especially in the top 10, top 20, Ethereum Classic being a really good example of that. But maybe this is an exception. But honestly, if this thing falls really low, as in like oversold on technical indicators, that doesn't mean it's not a decent money-making opportunity potential. Getting delisted though, that would be that would matter. That would be huge. A very costly mistake if that's gonna happen. Let's look at Tron. We don't talk about Tron very much. It gets a lot of bad publicity from everyone, from its creator, from Reddit. The figures, however, can paint a completely different picture. According to DApp.com, Tron has the fastest growing decentralized application user base of any cryptocurrency network on the market. The report, which looked at the growth of cryptocurrency decentralized application developments and users throughout the first quarter of 2019, concluded that Tron is building the most momentum. Of the 4 cryptocurrencies analyzed, Ethereum, EOS, Steem, and Tron, which accounts for almost 100% of dApp creation and activity, Tron led the rest in terms of monthly active users, the second being EOS. Having said that, in another report, which is fairly popular on the cryptocurrency forums today, number 2 post as of recording, a report has come out showing Tron to be one of the highest fake wash traded tokens, fake volume tokens. 85% of volume is expected to be fake for Tron. That doesn't necessarily mean it's Tron's fault, but there you go. I do feel though that this Reddit page, sort of going along with that metaphor of football teams and tribalism, Reddit supports the team of Ethereum, and so EOS and Tron being competitor football teams really get it from these fans. Lastly, in the news today, more details are emerging on DLive, and I expect more to follow. However, what we are learning isn't great, but here's what I want to talk about. Do you guys know Alex Jones, that conspiracy theorist who is occasionally very entertaining?
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Apparently, he has already been banned from DLive. So, my thoughts on the matter is, why would I trade one social media overlord who decides what content creators are considered racist and alt-right, and therefore not appropriate for their platform, for another social media overlord dictating the exact same things? Maybe I am missing something here. It doesn't seem to make any sense to me, blockchain or not. I still believe in the potential of blockchain-based solutions, but it's not looking like DLive for me right now. Anyway, that's it for today. Leave a like if you enjoy. That's very much appreciated, and I will see you again next week because I don't upload on Sundays. Cringe? Let's get some cringe in this video. Awesome marketing. Look at Vitalik dance. To me, it's almost like romance.